Don't make promises when you're happy. Don't respond when you're angry. Don't make decisions when you're sad. To someone else, don't explain yourself. The person who likes you, there is no need for it. People who hate you, I won't believe it. If you lose your original intention, you could lose everything. One day, the king was passing through a rural village. As it got dark, in a shepherd's house, he had no choice but to stay overnight. However, in the eyes of the king, the sight of the shepherd was very impressive. Without greed, sincere and peaceful. To his own subjects, it was a sight that was hard to find. The king was attracted to the young shepherd's appearance. Shepherds were appointed as government officials. Even after he was appointed as an official, a simple life and honesty. And he led the flock well. Maybe it's because I have experience. He serves the king well. He was good at politics. The king eventually appointed him prime minister. When it comes to winning a prize, ability is important, but if you have a pure heart, there is nothing better. It was a decision that came from thought. Mokdong, who became prime minister, was even more sincere. He was selfless and he got the job done. Then the other officials, I started to envy him. It is not enough that a mere shepherd became an official of the country. He rose to prime minister. It would be nice if he took a moderate amount of bribes. He does everything fairly and cleanly. Their situation was difficult. The subjects tried to oust the shepherd who became prime minister. Is there even a single speck of dust to frame? I started looking. Meanwhile, prime minister about once a month, he came back from the country house where he lived. I found out. I secretly followed him. There was a large jar in the room. He opened the lid of the jar and he was looking inside the jar for a while. The subjects reported this to the king. The prime minister pretends to have integrity all by himself. No one knows in the jar. He accused him of being filled with gold and silver treasures. The king trusted him more than anyone else. I'm very angry. He wanted to reveal the facts directly, with the prime minister at the forefront and his subjects. I went to the prime minister's house. The king and his companions arrive at the prime minister's country house. The king in front of everyone. He opened the jar and let me see. But how can this happen? What was in the jar? Not gold and silver treasures. It was worn by the prime minister during his Mokdong days. All he had was an old set of clothes and a cane. You live only once. If you lose your original intention, he could lose everything. The initial intention is to protect yourself. Thinking back to my original intention. Be happy today too.